Amari Cooper in the front office tonight as Joe Douglas free agency frenzy continues. Could be a potential target for the New York Jets to take a look at. Eastby has been a big advocate of bringing Amari Cooper here. I have my concerns in regards to his health issues, most notably his migraines, but we'll see what happens. So, Amari Cooper in the front office this evening. Jax, give me your thoughts, man. Should the Jets kick the tires on Amari Cooper or not?
I like Amari Cooper. Scott over at Play Like a Jet tweeted out something earlier. I think I retweeted it because it actually showed the dominance with which Amari Cooper has been playing. Top 10 in both man and press coverage, 11th in contested catches, quarterback rating over 20 yards, ridiculous number one in the league. My man Guy Fisher just dropped in the comments a moment ago that we need that deep threat. We need somebody to take the top off, opens up the underneath, makes the tight ends and the crossing routes that we love so much more effective. Phenomenal point, my guy. But the reality is that Amari Cooper can be that. Do we want to pay him $20 million? Is he even going to require $20 million, knowing that he's coming off of a down year, even by the standards of what it is that I don't know. A down year when you're number one in a lot of categories is coming out of that offense, coming out of that situation. It's difficult. He was the guy. Coming here, he'll again be the guy in an offense that maybe have some similarities. If you really think about it, we want to have multiple wide receivers kind of moving. We want to have Schultz effective. We want to have a monster run game. We want to be predicated by what it is that we do with the run. Amari Cooper's coming out of that Dallas offense, and we know what they look like. That's what they do well. They run very well. They pass out of that play action very well. Dak Prescott shows a lot of poise. He shows a lot of veteran savvy. He shows a lot of different stuff. Amari Cooper's going to come to a guy in Zach Wilson that really hasn't sniffed any of that stuff just quite yet. He require more than $20 million to come here. Do we pay the jet tax? I don't think so. I like Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper is an extremely talented player. I think $20 million is a lot of money, considering how many holes it is that we have to fill, and that within the next couple of years, there's going to be some guys that are going to require some contracts that maybe a little bit bigger. So we're going to have to do some shuffling. Currently, I'm on the fence about Amari Cooper. I have to see what the number is before I can actually say I'm on board fully.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think that, to be honest with you, one of the things that I kind of worries me about the Amari Cooper deal, and this is, I guess this is the risk you take with every free agent. You're paying a contract based on what said player did in another system in another place, and you're expecting said player to come here and to replicate the performance that they put together at another place, possibly on another system. So there's always that chance. There's always that chance that things are going to go sideways. And I just think that personally, the New York Jets cannot afford to take a risk, because I think that if they take a risk like this and it does not work out, then it could be catastrophic to the point that it could potentially set the franchise back a couple of years again. And the problem is that the franchise has already been set back a couple of years because of all the shitty decisions that were made in the past. So we're already paying the jet tax 10 times over for the mistakes of Mike Tannenbaum, John Idzik, and Mike McCagnon. Not to mention the head coaching carousel that ensued following all of that as well. So here's the thing. And I kind of liked your response to Sack Exchange today on Twitter when you guys were talking about it. If Amari Cooper does get released, which it's pretty much going to be a bet, a solid bet that he is going to get released. Is he humbled by the release that he's willing to take a lesser contract to prove that he can still play at a high level? And yeah, I'm paraphrasing because I know you had an explanation with this as well. Maybe $20 million is not a number. Maybe it comes for 7. Maybe it comes for 10. Would you then possibly entertain the offer? Because if the cap number is like that, that's the number, then there's a lot of teams out there that would love to have an Amari Cooper on their squad, including the New York Jets. I think if the New York Jets were to go out and to acquire Amari Cooper, it instantly legitimizes the wide receiver core. We could go get Bozo the Clown and Pinky the Mule to play the fourth and fifth wide receiver slots, and we'd still be good. Okay? But I'm not paying $20 million.